So it's very, very important to understand that you should never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Please always trade with what is called equity management in mind. And the reason for that is because even the most successful traders in the world will incur losses. And we'll talk about that today. Proper equity management, where we maximize our gains and look to minimize those losses. Okay, thank you for Karen and Jim and JD all telling me where you're from. We got UK, Virginia, Simi Valley, Seattle, Atlanta. Awesome. All right, so our agenda today, this webinar is really designed for one thing, and that is to help you decide if you see currency trading or Forex trading is something you want to do. Now, I don't have enough time here today to teach you how to be a trader. That's why you'll become a student. You know, my job is to show you how we help people all over the world, just like you, consistently make money in the Forex market, and that you can do this too. We've been an organization around for 23 years. We've trained over 50,000 people around the world. Now, I know a lot of you are here looking to become full-time traders. Awesome. A lot of you are looking for a part-time income stream, maybe a secondary income stream or a third income stream. I know a lot of you are getting closer to retirement. You're looking to enhance your retirement portfolio, or a lot of you just want to earn some extra income. Well, the good news is, regardless of your background, your experience in the currency market, we've worked with people just like you and made them very, very successful. Now, I promise you, currency trading isn't for everybody. And you know what? It may not be for you, and that is okay. But I commend all of you for taking time out of your busy schedules. You're here today to learn about this opportunity, and I promise I do not take your time for granted. So let's officially get things kicked off. We're live in this presentation. Today is July 27th. It is about 4:20 in the afternoon. Make sure you've got a pen, you've got a piece of paper, you're prepared to take notes. This will go by very, very quickly, and I've got a lot of very important information to cover. I know many of you are here to see a demonstration of the micro price detector, part of our momentum breakout course, which I will demonstrate for you in a little bit. On top of that, many of you are here to learn about the Euro wave prediction that we have, which we will be debuting tomorrow, our brand new targets. Well, I will discuss that as well. But quickly, just very quickly, a little bit about myself. I know I already had a nice introduction right there. I got 25 years in the financial world, traveled across U.S., traveled across Canada, done over 2,000 live presentations in front of well over 30,000 people. This is my passion in my life. I love the markets. I love talking the markets. I love what learning a trader can do for people and their family. I'm very active in my life. I'm a father. I've got an 11-year-old son, a 9-year-old son, a 5-year-old daughter. I have a lot of passions beyond the markets. What I love about trading is it gives me the opportunity to do a lot of other things that I love. It frees up a lot of time for me. So I hope you get out of this presentation today as we teach a skill set. And once you learn the skill set that we teach, you learn to repeat it over and over and over again with the help of our mentors and our coaches and our education. You're going to love this. That's what we're going to talk about today. But what I need to know from all of you, this is a unique group that we have in here today, is what is your background, okay? What is your background? I need to know, what do you know about the Forex market? If you had to rank on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you're brand new to the currency market, the Forex market, 10 you're an experienced currency trader, please rank your experience level for me in that chat box, if you would, right now. Please, everybody do it for me so I know my group, please. All right. Awesome. I'm getting, I got Jake as a 1, Stefan's a 3, Anderson's a 3, Sarah's a 1, Jackson's a 2, Frederick's a 1. Go ahead and keep putting them in here. I got a pretty good sized group in here. Jim's a 1, Josh is a 4, Richard's experienced. Great, Richard. Anderson's a 2, Scott's a 5. Okay, good. Well, I got a lot of 1s and 2s. A few of you that say you're experienced, and that's great. I got Manu's Mayday is a 3. The important thing to understand about the currency market is this is what is called a zero-sum game. Now, what does that mean? That means in every transaction, the losers pay the winners. And if you're a current trader and you find yourself losing more often than you would like, what you're doing is paying people who've got more experience, better tools, better education than you do. So here's how you got to look at this. If there's always a winner and a loser, and the only thing that separates them is experience and support and training, you need to get yourself on the winning side of that curve. And that's what we've done at Market Traders Institute. Our organization is not a brokerage firm. A lot of people get confused and think that we are. We're not affiliated with any brokers. What we've been providing for the past 23 years is premier education, premier technology, and the best coaches and mentoring in the currency business, okay? Now, 23 years, you think about that, we've been in business. You don't survive in this industry for 23 years unless you have a rock solid foundation and you back up what you promised. Now, this building on our screen right here, this is our building. This is our world-class headquarters. We're in Orlando, Florida. I'm broadcasting live from the second floor of this building. It's a 65,000 square foot training facility that we own. Twice a month, we have people that fly in from all over the world, very experienced investors, all the way down to brand new people that have never heard about the currency market to come learn about our systems, to come learn about our formula. And we've gone through tremendous growth over the last 8 to 10 years, okay? And the reason for our growth is very simple. It's a model that's really come down from the top of our founder that we never leave a client behind. Now, in your notes, the first thing that I want you to write down for me are 2 words. I want you to write down mentorship and coaching. Mentorship and coaching. One of the main ways we work with our clients is through our mentorship and our coaching programs. Now, understand, right now, you could go on the internet and do a Yahoo search, do a Google search, go to YouTube, and you could find a ton of information about trading the currency market, pages and pages and video after video. However, having been around this for about 25 years, I think it's more important, if you're going to be successful in doing this, is to work with somebody or people who have a proven track record, who have a track record they can show you, okay, and they can teach and work with you side by side, day after day, week after week, month after month. Does that make sense? Someone who knows how to not only trade, but coach and teach how to trade. This is very important. One of the things that we provide here at Market Traders Institute for our students is a 24-hour-a-day online trading room where a student can literally log in, watch live analysis 24 hours a day from our coaches, our experts, our traders, and have those types of professionals working with them on a daily basis. When you combine that to our education, our world-class technology, there's a reason why we've gone through explosive growth. I mean, we literally hold our students' hands as they make money, and we've gone through some great growth. In fact, we're getting recognized all over the map right now. Inc. magazine last year ranked us as the 592nd fastest growing private held company in the United States. We're going to break into the top 500 this year. And the reason for it is we've taken very sophisticated concepts and we simplified them down to anybody can follow a formula, a system. It's a skill set that we teach. And we take people that are business people and maintenance workers and truck drivers and school teachers and stay-at-home moms and dads, and we teach them a formula, a system, a skill set. Okay, now we're founded by this gentleman right here. This is Jared Martinez. He's known in the financial community as the FX chief. He's been trading the currency market exclusively for the past 30 years. He's built up a ton of credibility in the market. He's a best-selling author and teacher. He's been on top of all and involved in all the top money shows, CNBC, Fox Business News. He heads up all of our mentoring, all of our coaching. This is an example of the level of expertise that you get as a coaching and a mentoring prospect in our organization. Now, 2 of the coaches that you'll become very familiar with in this organization are these 2 gentlemen on the screen right here. Joshua Martinez on the left, and Gary Fickard is on the left-hand side of your screen. The next thing that I want you to write down on in your notes is Euro Wave. Euro Wave. Write that down for me. Now tomorrow at 11 a.m. we've got a special session. We've had several targets hit in the last week where our students have had opportunities to earn 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 pips. Now you may not know what a pip is yet. I'll discuss that in a few minutes. But there was opportunities for our students in a very short amount of time to earn $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. Now we are realigning brand new targets where we have opportunity over the next week of about 700 to 1,000 pips. Over the next 2 to 3 weeks of about 2,000 to 3,000 pips. Now these two gentlemen, why should you listen to them? I will show you their real accounts in just a few minutes here. That's one thing about us, we're very transparent. Joshua Martinez, the gentleman on the left, in the last 5 months in real money trading accounts has earned over 20,000 pips. On a standard lot, that's over $200,000. Gary Thickhart, on the gentleman on the right, had won 79 straight trades. He actually just took his first loss. I saw it this afternoon, late in the day yesterday. He's got an incredible track record that I will show you. And really, it's not about our mentors, our coaches, it's about our students' results. And that's one thing about our organization. We can go through page after page of real students who make real money. In fact, I'd encourage you to go to our Facebook page. I'd encourage you to go to Gary's Facebook page and Joshua's Facebook page so you can see for yourself what our students write on a daily basis about their success of this organization, okay? So my promise to you as we wrap this up in the next hour is by the time we're done here today, you're going to absolutely understand the potential in the Forex market if you don't already. Now, in addition, you're going to see how you can have immediate profit potential without quitting what you do full time. I will tell you though, this is not about becoming some overnight millionaire. I mean, this is not get rich quick. There's no such thing as get rich quick. Okay, anybody that says that, turn around and run. As I said, we teach a skill set. We're a 23-year-old company. We've got 200 employees. We've got probably 12 of the best Forex traders in the world that work exclusively with our students. This is a skill and a formula that you learn to repeat over and over again. Repetition is the mother of all skill sets, okay? Now, when I'm done with this presentation, I'm going to give each and every one of you in this webinar an opportunity to be a student of ours for the next 60 days at our expense so you can see what makes this organization great with your own eyes, okay? So as I go through this presentation, I start demonstrating some of our tools and showing you how this works and showing you results. From time to time, I just want you to ask yourself some basic questions. Just say, can I picture myself repeating what Aaron is showing me right now? Can I find myself sitting for 30 to 45 minutes a day working on my skills doing this? And if you start to answer yes to these questions, I believe you can become a very, very successful trader. So we're so confident here at MTI, we believe if you can't learn currency trading from us consistently, month after month results, you're not going to be able to learn anywhere else in the world. And I know that that's a bold statement, but I believe that I'll back it up in the next hour or so. And I believe our track record backs that up. So let's kind of shift gears here. Now, my more experienced people, hang tight with me. Let me get some of my newbies to the currency market. I know I've got a lot of equity traders within this presentation. Let me get you up to speed on why the currency market is the fastest growing financial market in the world, which it is. There's more new money, more new investors pouring in here every single day. Now, one of those reasons is the liquidity. Liquidity just simply means that you can enter and exit the market anytime you want. There's always going to be buyers, there's always going to be sellers. There's no time limits on your trade. You can be to trade and hold on to it for 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, 5 months, however long you want, okay? One of the things that we do here at Market Traders Institute is we work with you individually to determine your best particular trading style. Everybody's going to be a little bit different depending on the time of day they're going to trade, depending on the style that best fits their personality. So we'll talk about that and we'll mentor you on that. The second thing about this market that I love is the flexibility, Okay, it's a 24-hour-a-day market. This market opens up 5 o'clock on Sunday afternoon in the United States of America. It's open all night, all morning, all day, every day, 5 straight days till Friday at 5 p.m. Now, let me give you a real-world example of that. As I mentioned earlier, I've got 3 kids, all active. You know, if you've got kids that age, 11, 9, and 5, they're into sports and music, and they've got tons of stuff going on. They're in summer break right now. They're about 2 weeks away from going back to school. But my oldest son is a soccer player. And a week ago Thursday, so it was actually a week ago tonight, he had a soccer game. Now, my wife had a function, fundraising function for my middle son's school that night, so she was out. So I took all 3 of my kids to my oldest son's soccer game. And the game started at 7 o'clock. It ended about 8:30. By the time we got a bite to eat on the way home, got everybody home, settled in, ready for bed, brushed their teeth, lights out, it was probably 10:15, 10:20 at night. Now, most people at that time, to wind down their day, they go plop in front of their TV and watch Netflix for an hour. Or they go and they surf the internet for an hour. What I did is I went over, sat on my computer, opened up my charts, and at 10:45 at night, I was live in the currency market analyzing opportunities, okay? It's a 24-hour-a-day market. We know you're busy, gang. This market affords you the opportunity to trade around that busy schedule, which I love. Now, the third benefit of this market is the size. I mean, simply put, it's the largest market in the world. There's over $5 trillion traded on this every single day back and forth. Now, the last one's focus, and this is huge. You know, I'm an equities trader in my background. The thing about equities and options trading is I would literally analyze hundreds of companies, technically, fundamentally, to look for opportunities. I mean, it would take a lot of research and time. With the currency market, we really scale that down and keep it simple. There's only about 60 currency pairs in the world available to trade. And as a market trader student, we only really focus in on 20. In that live session that we have tomorrow at 11, we will look at 3 or 4 opportunities. We've already got them lined up, ready to go. We keep it very focused for our students to become successful. And that's part of the reason why, you know, we've grown so quickly. We've learned how to take people, take all of the static out and keep them very focused so they can consistently make money in these markets. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And we're going to demonstrate some of our tools. So quickly, what I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and open up some charts, and we're going to take a peek into the currency market. Now, what I need to do here is swap over from my slides, and I need to make sure everybody can see, okay? I can see that everybody, please put a yes or a Y in the chat box if you can recognize that I've switched from my PowerPoint to my slides for me. Richard, I'm going to show you real MyFX book accounts of 2 of our traders. So we're very transparent about what we do. Everybody's telling me, Malia's telling me, Anderson's telling me, Jack is telling me, Robert's telling me, everybody's telling me they can see my charts. Now, what you're looking at here is the ultimate charting software. This is our own proprietary software. We've built by traders for traders. We've got our own patent pending technology. We've got our own smart tools. A lot of really cool, unique tools. I won't be able to go through everything in our time together, but we've invested millions upon millions of dollars into building what we believe is the best trading platform in the world that works on every currency, every time period that's out there. Now, for those of you that are new to the currency market, okay, this market, like any other market, you're looking to make money when the market is moving up, okay? Or you're looking to make money to sell when the market is moving down. Now, you have a very specific job in this market. Your job in this market is to capture pips. Now, a pip is an acronym, for those of you that are new, for price, interest, point. Price, interest, point. Now, I'm not going to get into a big description of what a pip is right now. For our demonstration today, all I want you to understand is pips are good. You want to capture as many pips as you can as the market is moving up. You want to capture as many pips as you can as the market is moving down. And I'll also tell you, through our skills and what we teach and our formulas, you don't have to be some mathematical expert at doing this. What you're going to be really good at is identifying patterns, because the thing about the currency market is it does the same thing over and over and over and over again. And what we use is indicators and tool and information to help us predict where the pairs are going to move in the future based on where they've been in the past. Now, what we're looking at here in this particular chart, if I move this out of the way, everybody should be able to see right in the middle it says GBP NZD 1 hour. If everybody can see that little watermark right there, please type a yes or a Y. Yes or a Y. Okay, everybody's telling me they can see it. What we're looking at is the Great British Pound New Zealand dollar 1 hour chart. Okay, well, each one of these little indicators up here are what are called a Japanese candlestick. A Japanese candlestick is simply just a visual representation of how much the market has moved within a period of time. Well, because we're on a 1 hour chart, each one of these candlesticks represent 1 hour. So if I click on one, you can see this candlestick opened up on the 17th of July at 6 p.m. It had an open, a high, a low, and a close. Okay, what does that mean? Well, it means that this candle opened up right here. It dipped down. Now this piece hanging off the end is a wick. It moved up, had a high, settled in, and closed out the hour. Well, then it opened up a brand new candle. And that next candle opened up, and it moved up, it dipped down for a low, and it settled in and closed out that candle. And it keeps doing this over and over and over again, all the way up to live real time in the market. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly take a couple minutes and explain to my newer people how the fundamentals, or really more the mechanics of a trade are, and how pips turn into profits, so everybody can understand. And then we'll start to get into some analysis. But I need everybody to kind of sing off the same sheet of music here so everybody understands exactly what I'm talking about. Let's just say, for example purposes, we did some analysis, and then we decided based on our analysis we were going to get into a trade down here. And based on analysis, this was our target, and we sold up here. So for example purposes, again, we bought down here and we sold right up here. Okay. Now the difference between these two lines right here and these two numbers, this number and this number, would be the amount of pips that we would make. So I can easily measure that. Let's grab my ruler here. Just let's say we got in right here, bought and hold all the way up to here. We get an indicator to sell and we're out. Okay. Now can everybody see right up here in the top left-hand corner? Can you acknowledge that it says July 14th, we would have got into the trade at 8 o'clock in the morning. We would have sold the trade 3 days later, okay, 7/17 at 7 p.m. It went up 266, it says range pips. So each one of those is 266 pips. Where it says bars, each one of the bars is a candlestick, so it was 35 hours. So we made 266 pips in 35 hours, for our example. If everybody can see that where my cursor is pointing, please type a yes or a Y for me. Please type in a yes or a Y if you understand that. Pretty basic, right? Okay, cool. So what does that mean? Well, let's go back here and talk about this. When you trade the currency market, you have options of how you can trade in this market. You can trade with what is called, and write these down, a micro lot, a mini lot, and a standard lot. Micro, mini, standard. Okay. When you trade with a micro lot, you're looking at about a $20 US investment per trade. Okay, now right there, that's one of the great things about this market is it does not take a lot of capital to start. You can start small and build your account up with time. Now I'll tell you that most people typically trade with what is called a mini lot, which is a $200 investment per trade. And then you've got a standard lot, which is a $2,000 investment per trade. And each one of these have a different profit value to them. If you trade with a micro lot, you're looking at a 10-cent per pip profit. Okay, obviously that's not a lot of money. If you look at the trade we just did, if we were in that trade on the 14th at 8 a.m., we were out on the 17th at 7 p.m., we were in at about $35. We invested our $20. We get our $20 investment back, and we made $26.60. Obviously not a lot of money, but a tremendous return on investment, okay? Well, let's look at that same trade with a mini lot, because this is where it starts to get a little bit more interesting. With a mini lot, you're making a $200 investment per trade. So if you made that same trade over that same period of time, you're in at about 35 hours, you get your $200 investment back. Now, your broker's going to hold on to that money. Remember, we're not a broker. You can use any brokerage firm you want. They all work directly into our software. Everything can work right off of our platforms. You make that $200 trade. 35 hours later, you get out of that trade. You get your $200 investment back, plus you made $266 profit. How many of you would be happy with making a trade and 35 hours later you make $200 trade, you get your $200 back plus a profit of $266? I would hope everybody, right? I mean, it's a tremendous return on investment, okay? Because for every mini lot, it's $1 per pip in return. Now, this is where it starts to get interesting, because if you make that same trade, but you do a standard lot's a $2,000 investment, okay? So you make a $2,000 investment in that trade on the 14th. You get out of it on the 17th at 7 p.m. You get your $2,000 investment back. Now, for every pip that you made, you just made $10. So you made $2,666. Now, for those of you that are new to the currency market, does this start to make more sense of why, so many people are moving into this market, okay? You can start small, build an account, build your confidence, and grow it over a period of time. And this, what I have on the screen right here, is what we do with our students every day, 24 hours a day. Every minute the market is open, we are live trading, working with our students. So it's what we do. Now, here's what I want you to do. As I jump back into my charts, take the information that I just went over, and I want you to write down on your paper, how much money do you need to make every single month consistently from the Forex market in order to accomplish some of your financial goals? Write that down. You don't need to share it with me. I'm not asking you to share. This is your personal information. If you want to, great, it's up to you. I also recommend you write down why you wrote this number. Everybody's got a different game plan. Some students want to trade part-time to earn some extra income, a couple $1,000s a month. Some people want to retire early, so they're making as much money as they can and they're socking it away, okay? A lot of people are looking to generate a second income stream, a third income stream. A lot of people just want to trade full-time. Some people just want a better lifestyle, better home, better car. Whatever your reasons are, write them down, okay? And I have some of you sharing. That's cool. So, Josh says 5,000 a month. Emily says 2,000 a month. Jack says 5,000 a month. And that's, every one of those numbers are possible. I mean, we have students that make upwards of $40,000, $50,000 a month. And I'll show you some of them coming up here in a couple minutes. We've been doing this for 23 years, 50,000 students. We have a lot of people that are doing very, very well. But what I find is my average student is typically trying to make between $2,000 to $10,000 a month. I mean, that's pretty par for the course. But here's the thing that's really cool about what we teach is it's a skill set. You're going to learn to do this over and over and over again with the help of your mentors and your coaches and our education and our technology. And once you learn it, nobody can take it away from you. What I love is, when I get to work with students is when the light bulb goes on and they realize, man, I got a skill set that my boss can't fire me from, that my business partner can't steal from me. As long as I've got my computer, I got my charts, I've got my experts, I got my help, I can create income every month. And you know what? That's an empowering feeling for people to have. So here's my question. If we can teach you a few basic strategies where you can generate $2,000 to $10,000 a month, month after month, in your free time, not having to quit your job, not turning your life upside down, would you be willing to set aside 30 to 45 minutes a day to work in this market? Would you be willing to set aside 30 to 45 minutes a day to accomplish whatever number you wrote down? Okay? Yeah, of course you would. And that's what we do for our people. And that's what we've been doing for 23 years. So let's go ahead and switch over to the charts. Let me show you some of the examples of what we do. Now I got a couple questions I want to take care of first before we go back into the charts, because I only get so much time with you. Emily has asked me, good question. Sonia's asked me, and Neil, pretty close to the same question. They're asking about our coaching and our mentorship programs. If you're interested in learning more about our coaching programs, our mentorship programs, how you work with experts like Josh and Gary and Jose and Tyson and Steve Coing and Tad Devon and our experts, the easiest thing for you to do is just at any time now during the presentation, type your telephone number into the chat box. And what I will do is when the time is right for you, we'll have an education specialist follow up with you, answer all your questions, go through how everything works. I only get a short amount of time with you, and I got a lot to cover in our time, so I can't cover everything about our organization. I've got your number, Charles. I've got your number, Emily, and I've got your number, Diana. We can help you with that, no problem. And Wendy was asking about our live session tomorrow at 11, how you get into that. Just put your telephone number into the chat box. That's the easiest way, and we'll talk to you about that. So good. All right, good. Thank you for that. Let's bring back up the charts. Can everybody acknowledge that I've switched back over to my charts? Do that for me, please. Just need everybody to see that I've switched back over. I'm back in my charts. Okay, good. All right, great, thank you. And I've got your number as well, Alex. I've got your number, Neil, and I've got your number, Brandon. Thank you. Okay, cool. Well, here's the thing about the market. The thing about the currency market is it works in a wave-like pattern, okay? It works in these wave-like patterns where the market will move up and make, up and pull back and up and pull back and up and pull back and up and pull back, and does this over and over and over again. And what we're looking to do is when these markets have a reversal, change in direction, pulls up, moves down, make money when it pushes up. When it comes down, reverses, make money when it goes down, okay? Now there's three things that every trader has to know in the market to be successful in every single trade. Oops, pull that up there. You got to know, number one, where's the market going? Okay, number two, kind of when to get in. Okay, and number three, we got to know when to get out. So we got to know market direction, when to get in, and when to get out. Oops. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple minutes, and I'm going to go through what is called more traditional technical analysis. Okay, the way that professional traders and institutions and banks have been trading for years, some automated, some through this manual. What we're going to do is manual traditional technical analysis, because I need everybody in this webinar to have, what I need everybody to have is a basis of understanding of how basic technical analysis works. Because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you to some of our tools, our advancements, what technology has done, our proprietary information that takes the learning curve out of what I'm initially going to show you. Some of the downside of more traditional technical analysis, it can take you, a couple months to get good at and a couple years to master. Well, we know our students, they're here because they want to make money quickly. So we've developed tools and indicators and automation to really speed up that process, which I will introduce to you in a few minutes. But at first, everybody's got to have a foundation. I hope that makes sense to everybody. Now, one of the things you're going to learn to do is obviously one of the very great technical tools that we use is going to be a Fibonacci. Now, for those of you who do not know what a Fibonacci is, when I'm done, I would Google it, look into it, research it. Don't do it now because you'll get lost in a wormhole, because it's actually fascinating information when you start reading about it. But just to give you some color, Leonardo Fibonacci is a 13th century mathematician. He discovered that the world of nature tends to have this rhythmic cycle built right into it. He found that animals would reproduce in a Fibonacci, a mathematical sequence, which he labeled the golden ratio. He found that plants grew in a sequence pattern, a Fibonacci pattern, a golden ratio, that the human body moves in and out. And if you looked at the scales on a fish, they're not random. They're in a pattern. They're in a sequence, okay? And if you looked at the bones in your hand, they're in a sequence. They're in a pattern. If you looked at this caterpillar right here and the stripes on the caterpillar, they're in a sequence. They're in a formula. Well, the market moves in these pattern-like waves. So what we've learned to do through the years is take mathematical equations, the golden ratio, and apply Fibonacci mathematics to the market. And what that helps us tell is where the market's going to go based on where it's been through retracements and extensions. Okay, now let me show you what this means. Break it down for you, make it real easy. As we all understand, the market moves in these wave-like patterns. Okay, they move up and they make higher highs, and they pull back and they make higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, and higher highs and higher lows, and then they reverse. And they'll go up and they'll go the other direction. They'll go make a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and they just do this over and over and over again. Okay, now what we're looking to do is take advantage, as I just showed you in the live market there, when the market moves up, comes down, make money when it moves up, or when it comes down, moves up, and make money when it starts to push down. Okay, I'm just going to do some little basic analysis here for you. This is what we call an A boundary. This would be what we define as a B boundary, and this will be defined as a C boundary. We got A, B, and C. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and grab one of my little tools. Right here it says MTI Fibonacci Retracement Tool. I'm going to come right down here on my A, and I'm going to stretch this right up to my B, and I'm going to draw out my Fibonacci. Okay, now what this is telling us, and we'll apply this to live market in a minute here, is a story. What it's telling us is based on where the market forms its low is going to help us tell where it's going to go in the future. So what we're looking for, and I'm going to make this real visual for you to see, we've got 3 buy zones here. Okay, we've got what we will define as a red buy zone. Okay, we'll draw this one out. We've got what we will call a blue buy zone. Draw this out right here. And then we've got what we call our green buy zone. And we'll go through what all this means here in a moment. So I just need everybody to acknowledge in the webinar visually that you can see red, blue, and now I am getting ready to, on we'll count of 3, 1, 2, 3, we've got green. Can everybody see red, blue, and green? Please acknowledge that if you can. Put a yes or a Y in the chat box, just something to acknowledge that for me. Awesome. Got a bunch of you telling me yes, 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 yes. Everybody make sure you can tell me you can see red, blue, and green. Awesome. Thank you. Richard says yes. Wendy says yes. William says yes. Isaac says yes. Anderson says yes. Great. Thanks. All right. So what we're looking at here, as I mentioned, is we're looking for an opportunity when the market moves up, reverses, get in this area right here. We're looking for a buying indicator in here to help us know when to get in to make money, and we'll let the Fibonacci's tell us when to get out based on the mathematical equations, the golden ratio. Okay. So different ways that we will find for entry positions. There's a lot that we train, trend line breaks, pattern breaks, candlestick formations, those candlesticks that I talked about before. One of the great descriptions that our founder talks about is they're the sign language of the market. All the different patterns and candlestick formations can help us tell when there's reversals in the market. We'll learn those types of things. In fact, we've embedded them into the software to identify all of this for us. But let's just say for example purposes right now, we get a reversal down here in the green zone, and we decide to make our trade down here in the green zone. What I'm going to do is I buy down here, and I'm going to hold all the way up as this is moving up, holding into my trade, I'm holding into my trade, I'm holding into my trade, boom, till right here, till it breaks through this green Fibonacci extension. Now, the reason why I want to sell when it breaks through this green Fibonacci extension is very simply based on where the market has formed its low in the past. If we added where we got in right here, the software is doing the mathematics for us. If we continue to hold on through this extension, the probability, the law of averages start to work against us that this is going to move down against us. So we want to sell, and we buy in the green zone when it breaks through the green Fibonacci. Pretty basic concept. So let's say our trend changes in this area right here. Move this back over where it's supposed to be. Over here for me. So let's say we get a reversal pattern right here in the blue zone. Okay. So our pattern changes in the blue zone. We decide to buy down there. We get an indicator, we make our trade. We're in our trade. So we're going to hold on to it as it's moving up, as it's moving up, as it's moving up, as it's moving up till here. Boom. When it breaks through my blue Fibonacci for the same reason, software's doing the mathematics for me, I'm going to sell. Okay? Well, then let's say instead of in the blue zone, the reversal takes place anywhere in this red zone right here. What I'm going to do, and I'm sure you can figure it out at this point, is I'm going to make my trade, and I'm going to hold on as it's moving up, moving up, moving up, boom. As it busts through this red Fibonacci extension, I'm going to sell. So can everybody acknowledge, very basic, I'm going to buy and sell from green to green, blue to blue, red to red. If that makes sense to all of you, please type in a yes or a Y in the chat box. All right, got a bunch of you typing that in for me. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jackson, William, Isaac, Dan, Diana, Sam, Claire. Pretty basic. All right, so let's just say for example purposes, okay? Example purposes, we got into the trade here in the red zone, okay? We can do basic mathematics to know if we get in right down here and we hold on till it hits this extension, you know, we can figure out what our target would be. Well, let's just say in this example, to keep it very simple, it'll be about 150 pips. So let's just say 150 pip target. So we got 150 pip target. Well, obviously the next thing we need to do is we got to protect our downside. Because one of the first things that I talked about is, hey, when you're a trader, you're going to take losses. Even the best traders in the world take losses. It's about minimizing those losses, having property equity management, and having great people around you to help you get more wins than losses. Well, one of the things, let me show you this actually. We'll talk about how we minimize our losses. But let me show you this right here. This, pull this down right here. Right here is what's called My FX Book. This is, if you don't know what My FX Book is, this is an outside organization that is third-party verified that this is a real account. This is Josh Martinez's, one of his accounts. This is real money, real pips, real trades. This account was opened up February 13th this year, okay? You can see today Josh made 160 pips. This week he's made 473. This month he's made 1,500. On a standard lot, that's 15,000. This year, since February 13th, he's made 9,300 pips. So again, on a standard lot, that's $93,000. That's great, but that's not what I want you to pay attention to. What I want you to pay attention to is win percentage. Right down here, this number right here, if everybody can identify that number that my cursor is pointing at, type it in the chat box. It may be too small for some of you, but type that number in the chat box if you can see it. Frank says 79. Sam says 79. Diana says 79. Harry says 79. Okay, some of you say too small. No problem. Well, it does say 79. And what that means is Josh is winning out of 333 trades, 79% of his trades. Okay, 79% of his trades. That means out of every 10 trades that Josh places, he's making money out of 10. So my current traders that are in this webinar, if you're not at least winning 80% of your trades, then you can see why you need to work with us in the organization. For those of you that are brand new, let me tell you, 80% is an incredible win percentage. Okay, but even so, that means he's losing 2 out of 10 trades in this account since February 13th. Okay. How many of you like to be trading with Josh Martinez? Sit in with Josh Martinez in one of his trading sessions live If so, type in me in the chat box. Better than that, just type in your phone number in the chat box, and we'll see if we can make that happen. So even Josh Martinez, one of our coaches, one of our experts, he's winning 79% of his trades, takes some losses. In fact, look at this account right here. This is another one of our experts right here. This is Gary. Look at Gary this year. He's this year made 24,000 pips on a standard lot. That's 240,000. He's winning 92% of his trades. He's only made 78 trades though. A little different strategy with him, but still, this is a level of the expertise of the people that you get to work with on a daily basis, okay? But they still take some losses. So you still have to protect yourself on the downside, okay? Even the best traders will take those losses, so even they have to protect themselves on the downside. How do we do that? Well, one of the basic strategies we teach is what is called a stop loss order. And what a stop loss order says to my new people is, hey, listen, I want to set up a trade, but I don't want to sit there and babysit my trade all day long. I want to go out to dinner with my husband or my wife. I want to be at my kids' function at their school. I want to be on the beach. I want to go to my job. But I want to know that if this turns against me, I have the ability to have an automated number that says it will sell me out when it hits this. Now, if I'm aggressive, I'm going to set about a 5 to 10 pip stop loss order here. Conservative, about a 5 to 10 pip stop loss order here. So just for our example, and again, we're going to do this in the market live in a second, it'd be about 50 pips. So now what I've set up is a 50 pip risk. Okay, so now we've got a 3-to-1 risk ratio. Can everybody understand? We've got a 3-to-1 risk ratio. If so, type in a yes or a Y or me or something in the chat box, okay? All right, a bunch of you are telling me yes. Awesome, thank you very much. Okay, 3-to-1 risk ratio. So let's say that we make our trade. Make our trade right here. It moves all the way up. It hits our Fibonacci extension. We sell. And what we do is we make our 150 pips. Well, our next process is once the market continues to move, is we start a brand new A, B, C, D. And what we do is we repeat this over and over again. This is the use of Fibonacci's, okay? And we can do it in an up market. And then when my market reverses, we can do it in a downward market and make money on the market moving down. All right, so let's look at this now in live market and opportunities. If I go right over here and grab different currency pair, I'm going to show you some of our smart tools we have where it says MTI right here. This is our own proprietary information. I'm going to click on a smart Fibonacci. I'm going to come right down here, and on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, I click. And what the software has done for me is it's automated and drawn out all my Fibonacci's for me. All automated features. This is patent pending technology. Okay, now I'm going to show you with this chart the power of Fibonacci's, but then what I'm going to talk about is the downside of the amount of time that it takes to perfect this. And then I'm going to introduce you to an incredible tool that's going to speed up that process. I'm going to show you results of it and give you all an opportunity to have it on your desk. Use it for the next 60 days risk-free. So let's look at this very quickly. And then I'm going to introduce you to the micro price detector. Very simple. Down here was our first Fibonacci. Here's our A, here's our B, here's our C. Here's our exit point right here, and we sell. Here's our next A, here's our B, here's our C, here's our next exit point that we sell. Here's our A, here's our B, here's our C, depending on when you get in and out, here's our next exit point right here. Here's our A, here's our B, here's our C, here's our next exit point right here. And I love this, how visually you can see when it hits this last Fibonacci, it's almost like running into a brick wall. It just goes down. So if we made these few trades right here, got in right here, right in the ballpark of this, there would have been in about 3 hours, 41 pips. All right, nothing huge. 41 pips. Next opportunity, right here, get into this trade, hold on to it till it hits this extension right up here, okay? So we get in right here, hits this extension. That's about 103 pips in about 14 hours, so a little over a day, 103 pips. Okay, next trade right here. We're in this area. Hold on till it hits that extension right about there. 85 pips in a couple days. Okay, so there's 85 pips. And then opportunity right here. Oops, deleted my 85 pips. 85 pips. And then my last trade right here, again, hold till it hits that extension, 121 pips in about 4 days. So that's 121 pips. So we had an opportunity to make 1, 2, 3, 4 trades, okay, using Fibonacci's. Make over those 4 trades 350 pips. Okay. And a standard lot, if you did a standard lot, you'd have made $3,500. On a mini lot, you would have made $350. And you would have been in total about 7 days. All right, so how many of you would like to have a tool on your desk and have a skill set where you could repeat processes like this over and over and over again? Type in yes or Y or me in the chat box. Yeah, I've got a bunch of you. Charles, Victor, Trevor, Joan, Carl, Dan. Yes, of course. But here's the thing. There's some downside to this. To really learn this can take some time. You know, we're looking at traditional technical analysis that can take you 60 days to learn, a couple years to master. It's brilliant information. This is just one of many technical tools that you can use. Well, what we realize is, hey, our students are busy. Our students want to create a secondary income stream, a third income stream. We need to show them results. So what we've done is taken very sophisticated mathematics and charting and simplified it down to a very easy to understand process. Okay, what we've created is a tool that measures momentum in the market. We get into these trades when the momentum shifts. Okay, it's a very easy to understand red and green indicator, very simple entry and exit points. Okay, very simple. Seconds to analyze. It's got a high win rate, 60 minutes to learn, 2 weeks to master. And what I love about this product is it gives you the opportunity to catch the higher runs, the bigger runs. Now let me introduce this to you. This is part of our Momentum Breakout course. The exact tool name is what is called the micro price detector. Now let me show you what this looks like visually right here compared to what this looks like visually right here. This right here, this tool is very clean, very easy to follow. Now let me explain, because there's 3 rules that you got to know in this. Now this is not a measurement of time across here. Each one of these bricks are a measurement of 20 pips. That's 60 pips up right there. That's 60 pips down right there. Now let me show you what I mean. You've got three rules in executing trades to basically understand this. Number 1, you got to have 3 boxes or bricks, same color, in a row trade. So in other words, if I've got 3 greens in a row, that's going to be my entry point to go long on it. If I've got 3 reds in a row, that's going to be my entry point to go short on it. Now I'm going to show you this in a moment. We'll show you real time, past performance, and then I'll show you history of what this has performed in real accounts. Number 2, you got to hold the trade until 3 bricks opposite color appear. Okay, and then I'll talk about what you do with that. And then number 3, you then reverse the trade. You reverse the trade. Now let me show you what this means. Okay. Okay, so what we're looking to do here is enter into a trade. I'm going to show you this in real time on the very end of the second here. Our first opportunity, 1, 2, 3, we're looking to get in when we get our 3 bricks in a row. We're looking to get out when we get our 3 red bricks in a row. Okay, so what does this mean? Let me show you. Our first entry point is going to be right here. 1, 2, 3, I buy. My next point is going to be 1, 2, 3, I sell. Well, my next opportunity to buy is going to be not here. I've only got 2. It's going to be here. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to sell 1, 2, 3. I'm then going to buy 1, 2, 3. I am then going to sell 1, 2, 3. I'm then going to buy 1, 2, 3. I'm then going to sell 1, 2, 3. I'm then going to buy 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to sell 1, 2, 3. Now hang tight with me for a second because we're going to go through all of this and what this means. 1, 2, 3, I buy. 1, 2, 3, I sell. And then 1, 2, 3, I buy. All right, so my first opportunity right here, if I get into this very first trade right here, nothing major, I made about 19 pips on that. Okay, so 19 pips. My next opportunity right here, I sell. I'm going to hold till here. That's 127 pips in about 16 days. So obviously that's a nice trade. 127 pips. My next opportunity right here, I'm in and I'm out. Now this is a 60 pip loss. One of the things about this technique, this tool, is you'll never lose more than 60 pips. How many of you appreciate the fact I'm showing you losses? Okay, in fact, I'm showing you right now back-to-back losses right there. So I just lost another 60 pips right there. That's part of being a trader. It's going to happen. But what you're going to see is you're playing the law of averages, and through risk management, you're going to see how it doesn't matter if you're winning 80%, 60%, how you'd be very successful during this. Here's my next trade right here. I'm in here 87 pips in about 11 hours. So that's 85 pips. Okay. My next opportunity right here is 58 pips in about 9 hours. Okay, and then right here, this is where it starts to get fun. My next opportunity right here, 17 pips. Yeah, not a huge trade, but I'll take 17 pips. And then my next opportunity right here, I don't get out there. I get out when all 3 of my bricks, 121 pips in about 5 days. Hang on, because we're going to do this in live market. This is live market, but we're going to do it in real time in just a second here. My next opportunity right here, this is not quite as big. This one was 18 pips within a day, though. 18 pips. Okay. Here's another 60 pip loss. I can read it right without even having to look at it. 60 pips. But this is the beauty of this tool. Look at this one right here. I'm in here and I sell right there. That is in 7 days, 422 pips. 7 days, 422 pips. So how many trades did we make? Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we would have made 11 trades. We had what? 8 wins. We had 3 losses. Okay. Profit on a standard lot would be 422 pips plus 18 pips plus 121 pips plus 17 pips plus 58 pips plus 85 pips plus 127 pips plus 19 minus our 3 losses of 180 on a standard lot. That's $6,870 in about 13 days. Whoa. About 13 days. Now, I know you guys have been looking at a lot of different things today. You tell me, how would you like to have a tool like this on your desk for the next 60 days? Work with our experts, and I showed this right here clearly. This is real time right now. I showed this earlier today to my audience, and look at, if you'd entered this, you'd be up about 20 pips already right now in this position. You're waiting for this to continue to build out. You would stay shorter, going short in this position till it turns to all three of them green. And you do this over and over again. And here's the beauty behind this, okay? You can trade like this, or you can trade looking at information like this, okay? What's easier for you to understand? And then what you do is you get multiple currency pairs going at once. Look at the results here. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, 12 wins, 12 trades, 8 wins, 2 losses, 16 days, just about an $8,000 profit. A little longer term setups here. This is 9 trades, 6 wins, 3 losses, 57 days. How about 14 days on the euro, Canadian dollar, 8 trades, 6 wins, 2 losses, $11,000. Look at the results that our students are getting from this. These are real people straight out of Facebook. I'd encourage you to go there and look at their results for yourself. Great job, Trish. Banked 1,200 pips last week. On a standard lot, that's $12,000 in a week. Elizabeth, for the first 2 months of 2017, my FX book records say I made 4,200 pips. On a mini lot, that's $4,250. On a standard lot, that's over $40,000 in return. So far this week, I'm closed out 12 winning trades for over 1,200 pips. Our students over the last 3 months in real money trading accounts have generated over 2 million pips. That's over $20 million, okay? So again, how many of you would like to have this tool, this indicator in your computer today? Have the ability to go live with us tomorrow at 11 o'clock as we update our strategy for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Then be coached, be mentored, come to our live sessions, work with us for the next 60 days, and have a risk-free guarantee on top of that. How many of you type in yes or me in the chat box? Every one of you, right? I've got Anderson saying yes, Jackson saying yes, Michael saying yes, Sally saying yes. Okay, well, this is how it works, okay? This is what is called the Momentum Breakout Course. To me, this is the most all-encompassing, the most complete, easy-to-use, step-by-step program on the planet. Now, everything that comes involved with this is laid out very clean, very easy for you. You will get 3 proven momentum breakout strategies, a short-term, an intermediate, and a long-term strategy. You will get, on top of that, a full MBC momentum breakout class. It's a full day where we will go into different theories of how you trade this in different currency pairs, different opportunities. If you can't attend it live, we archive it and we save it and we give it to you. You get on top of that our modules with our FX Foundation course. You get the ultimate charting software, which is our charting software right here that I demonstrated. All of our smart tools and everything are on here. And on top of that, you get the momentum price detector tool right here as well on your computer today. On top of that, we're going to give you a Pro Trader's checklist. I didn't have time to get into that today. You get daily live webinars. Imagine being live daily with experts that have these type of track records, these type of results. Josh winning 80% of his trades. Gary winning 92% of his trades. Doing that live in front of you on a daily basis. That's how you become an expert. You have a personal coach assigned to you. Then we have a 24-hour-a-day trading room where we are live. We're doing it right this minute. We've got students right now that are live trading with us. At 2 o'clock in the morning tonight, we'll be live trading with our students, okay? Now, I know most of you have decided this is exactly what you've been looking for. This is the type of opportunity you want. Awesome. We'll show you how to get started in a moment here. Some of you might say, I've only traded equities. I've never traded currencies. This is brand new to me. Well, great. Don't take my word for it. We're going to give you every tool, every indicator, our coaches, our mentoring, our systems for the next 60 days risk-free, okay? 100% money back guaranteed. That's all in writing for you. Again, we're a 22-year-old company. We've got 200 employees. We got a 65,000 square foot training facility. Look at the results of our students. You can research it yourself. Now, if you look at this course and the system and these indicators, it's well over a $10,000 market value. And when you look into, again, the type of people we have here, the way we support our students, there's a lot that goes into this. Now, you can go online and get this course anytime that you want for a one-time investment of $3,995. But in this webinar today, this special investor inspiration webinar, I'm going to let you come on board risk-free today for a one-time investment of $1,997. That's $2,000 off of the online pricing. That's 50% off of the online pricing. Again, we give you 100% money back guarantee, and we do have some payment plans available. So what I need you to do right now, because we've got a limited amount of seats in our class tomorrow, for those of you that are ready to come on board, it's very simple. All I need you to do is type your telephone number into the question box right now. Do that for me right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one of our education specialists reach out to you, spend as much time as necessary, answer all your questions, and get you ready through your orientation, because tomorrow we will be going live with our experts setting up the next couple weeks opportunity. Picture yourself, I don't care if it's in a demo account or a real account, making 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 pips over the next several weeks, right in front of your eyes doing that. But we only got a limited amount of seats to get the last few people into this session tomorrow, because we don't like to get it too big, because then we can't give you enough attention. So I've got your phone number, Tracy. I've got your phone number, Josh. I've got your phone number, Anthony. This secures your spot. I've got your number, Nicholas. Great. Now here's the thing. All these tools that I just showed you in the micro price detector, how would you like to have this tool where you can work with our coaches? We set up parameters. We set up a style of trading, and then the system automatically trades for you. Because I will include with your system today the automated feature of the micro price detector. And gang, this is all transparent. Look at the history of this in September of last year. Trading one standard lot, it's up 12,000 pips or $121,000. That's an average of 1,500 pips in profit a month. Now here's the thing. I'm giving you some incredible savings here today. Now normally in our launch, you get 2 months of our charting software. Now you're a student for life. You have access to all of our education, everything for life. Our charting software, if you want to keep it after the first couple months, is $250. We give you 2 months of our live training sessions. You get the early bird special. Normally, you get a special of about $3,400. In this webinar today, I'm giving you the best discount, savings, incredible offer I've ever seen. I will give you the next 12 months of charting software. That's a $3,000 savings. The next 12 months of our live trading session. Okay, you're going to get all this information. That's over $11,000 of savings today. Now, there's 2 ways to invest into this program. You have option A and option B. Option A is, hey, I'm going to do a one-time payment. I like to save money. I get to save 50%. I get a 60-day money-back guarantee. Great, you're in option A. By your phone number, type in option A for me. For those of you who say, I like the idea of this, I love this, I need a payment plan. Great, you're in option B. We don't charge any interest. We customize a payment plan for you. We make it very affordable. Each one of these come with a 100% money-back guarantee. Okay, so I need you, if you've put your phone number in, to give me if you're in option A or an option B. The difference is when you pay it all at once, you get a discount. When you do the payment plan, the discount is not available. Okay, Tracy, I've got you as an A. William is an A. Thomas is an A. Anna is an A. Nicholas says he's got questions. Tremendous. We'll answer every question that you have, I promise, as long as it takes. Harry's an A. Isaac's an A. Diana is an A. What our goal is to do with you is to get you so excited about our organization, so successful, that you go to our websites, you go to our web pages, you go to out there and you post to everybody out there your success. Because when you're out there posting your success and I show it to other consumers, you know what? That shows them other people like me are doing this. This is an actual chat log from Josh Martinez's room. He said, how's everybody doing this week? Here's the chat log right here. Oh, I'm up 745 pips. I got a personal record of 694 pips, 850 pips this week, 3,297 pips for the month. This is what we do for our students. This is what we do with our students and have been doing all the way through for the last 21, 23 years. Okay, I've got your number, Alex. I've got your number, Zoe. I've got your number, Dominic. Thank you very much. So everything that comes along with this, the education and the strategy is all included in this program today that I demonstrated for you. Component number 2 is the software. The automation is included in here to all of you. Every piece that I showed you, and then the mentorship and the guidance, which again, to me is the most important thing that we have. Our coaches, our experts, our experience are here to help you along the way. So as I wind this presentation down for you, you've got an opportunity for an option A or an option B within this program. Very simple, very clean opportunity. This outlines everything for you right here. I've got your number, Anderson. I've got your number, Michael. I just need to know if you're an A or a B, okay? And then on top of all of this, we give you our 60-day, 100% money back guarantee. Now I have 3 vouchers for those of you that like to save money, those of you that are ambitious, and this is going to go very, very quickly. You can see there's a phone number, 2 phone numbers on the screen right here. If you call into this number right now, the first 3 of you, you do an option A, get all your questions answered, do your option A. I will, on top of that, give you another $300 off of this program. Okay, so your investment right here is going to be a one-time investment of $1,797. I'm going to save you $200 additional dollars, but they're going to go quick, and I've only got 3 of those available for you. So type in right now, calling in, because I'm going to go real fast with these. Charles is calling in, Diana's is calling in, Michael's is calling in, Isaac's is calling in. Well, there's my 3 right that quick. So that's what we're going to do, gang. I'm going to wrap this up. I appreciate everybody's time here with me today. I hope you've learned something. Give us an opportunity to work with you over the next 60 days to show you what we do, how we do it, the returns we produce for our students, the level of expertise, the level of coaching that we have, and looking forward to working with all of you. Now, my last thing is, for those of you that have absolutely no money, no way to even come up with any type of a down payment, if you're interested in learning more about this program and how we do give it away for free, we do have a free part of this program. You have to qualify for it, okay? We don't just hand it to everybody. There is some work involved, but if you're interested in finding out how you qualify for free, go to your chat box and type in your phone number and free. Type in your phone number and free for me, okay? Do that right now. One of the education specialists will follow up with you and show you exactly how you can qualify for this program for free. So go ahead. I've got Johnson doing that, William doing that, Lauren doing that.